Alright Sarah, we've talked about the myth, the meaning, the moral ambiguity of Baba Yaga, but I can't let us end this episode without talking about what is possibly the most bizarre and terrifying part of her story. Her house, the one that walks on giant chicken legs and turns to face away from visitors, or worse, stares them down. What is the deal with that house?
Oh, Mark, the house is one of my favorite elements of the Baba Yaga legend because it's more than just a magical home. It's a living boundary. Think about it, it doesn't sit passively in the forest. It watches, it listens, it turns. In many stories, the traveler must speak a phrase something like, little house, turn your back to the forest and your front to me, and only then will it rotate and reveal the door.
So it's not just a house, it's like an entity in itself?
Exactly, it's alive in some symbolic way. Some folklorists say the house represents a womb or even a grave. It's both shelter and threat. You're entering another world when you go inside it. Not just physically, but spiritually, that's why it's up on chicken legs liminal, unsteady, unnatural. The forest around it obeys no normal rules, time slows, trees whisper, and once you're in the presence of the hut, the real question is never what is this place? It's will I leave the same person who walked in?
That idea gives me chills, that the house isn't just strange for strangeness' sake, but that it exists to signal danger, change, transformation. You don't go to Baba Yaga's house to be saved, you go there to be judged.
Or to lose something, or to learn what's really important. I've read accounts from storytellers where a character enters the hut and finds not Baba Yaga, but a test, a riddle, an impossible task, and sometimes Baba Yaga doesn't even show herself until after the person has failed or succeeded. As if she's watching through the walls, waiting to see what you'll do.
And you mentioned earlier that she sometimes rewards people? That's such a strange twist for someone known for, cannibalism.
It is strange, but it's true. She has gifted enchanted items like a magical comb that can grow into a forest, or a towel that becomes a river to those she deems worthy. But those rewards always follow hardship. She never gives anything freely. It's suffering first, then clarity, maybe even power if the person earns it.
So she's not chaos for chaos' sake. She's more like an ancient judge, cold, impartial, and terrifying?
Yes, and her house reflects that. Think about how unnatural the chicken legs are, how the door doesn't open unless you say the right thing, how bones line the fence, skulls glow with fire. You don't just stumble into Baba Yaga's domain, you enter deliberately. Or you're pulled in because you've reached a point in life where something in you needs to change or be consumed.
That fence with the skulls always stuck with me. It's not just decoration, it's a warning, a boundary of death. And sometimes in the stories, the skulls speak, or they watch.
Right, and there's one detail that comes up more than once. There's always an empty spot on the fence. An open spike, and when the visitor sees it, they realize it's meant for them if they fail. It's this horrifying moment of awareness, like death is waiting for them silently.
That imagery is brutal. Fairy tales are dark, but this is something else.
It is, and remember, these weren't bedtime stories. These were teaching stories, warnings. People used them to explain natural dangers, getting lost in the woods, the consequences of disobedience, but also spiritual ones. Baba Yaga's forest is where children become adults, where you leave behind innocence and face what you truly fear.
As we wrap this up, I keep thinking about how stories like this have endured for so long. Baba Yaga isn't just folklore. She's become this mythic shadow that people still whisper about, still draw, still write about. She haunts us even if we don't believe in witches.
Because deep down, we do believe in the forest. In the dark, in the test, Baba Yaga isn't just a character. She's a space in our minds, a clearing in the woods. A voice that says, come closer, but only if you're ready to leave something behind.
And I think that's the perfect note to end on. She's not here to comfort, she's here to confront. She's the forest in human form, the test that changes you, the line between safety and something primal and ancient.
And if you see her house turning through the trees, or you hear the thump of a mortar and pestle, or the shriek of iron teeth grinding in the dark, remember, you don't find Baba Yaga, she lets you find her.
So be ready.
Always.